Noni Madueke. He has been given permission to leave Chelsea's camp at the FIFA Club World Cup to pursue this deal with Arsenal. He's expected to have a medical with Arsenal very, very soon. I'll break down the deal for you. It has all been agreed. It's an initial payment of £48.5 million plus a further £3.5 million in performance-related add-ons. So in total, if he was to meet all of those performance-related conditions, the total cost of that deal could rise to £52 million. And he's already agreed in principle the terms on a 5-year contract with Arsenal. So this one is looking really, really close now. It looks like Madueke is going to be on his way back from the United States, back to the UK to take a medical with Arsenal. And we should see a formal announcement, all being well, in the next few days or so.
Arsenal fans jumping with glee at this one, Mark?
I think this is a really exciting signing. 23 years old, offers that versatility that Mikel Arteta likes from every signing, someone that can play in multiple positions. Dharmesh mentioned earlier on that having someone who could play as a right winger, and Arsenal perhaps lacked that bite and that spark when Bukayo Saka was injured last season, and Noni Madueke will certainly bring that. Just the 2 starts in the Club World Cup for Chelsea maybe was a little indication that he wasn't a part of the furniture moving forward. And when you look at the fee as well, it's very much in keeping with the other players that have moved over the course of this summer. It's all around £50 million, isn't it? You know, João Pedro, 55 plus 5 from Brighton to Chelsea. Jamie Gitting's around 50 million as well from Borussia Dortmund. Anthony Elanga, when that one gets confirmed, from Nottingham Forest to Newcastle.
Yeah, the fees are also similar here, aren't they?
Yeah, 52 plus 3. So what you're seeing there is that's the market value for young players, young wingers that can be quite versatile in that front 3. And anyone under the age of 25, between 20 and 25, that's the kind of price you're going to be paying. So that's one of the things why clubs like to get business done nice and early, that if that bar is set a lot higher than perhaps they're comfortable with, they're not caught in that mould of being, well, we've got to pay that because that's what he's worth, because that's what he went for. And that's why you see some teams get their business done nice and early. But looks like a really sensible piece of business for Arsenal, and I think he could be another one of those players.
This is what clubs are starting to do, though, because they are looking at the market value of certain players in that same position like Madueke. And Chelsea will have every right to say, well, if this player is going for this much money, then this is how we should value Noni Madueke at. It's the same with the whole Manchester United and Brian Mbeumo, because Brentford are probably thinking they bought Matheus Cunha for £62.5 million. So I think that's where we're going to start pitching what we want for Brian Mbeumo. But with regard to Madueke himself, make no mistake about it, this is not something Arsenal just thought about in this transfer window. They've kept an eye on his development now for the past couple of years in Madueke. Clearly, they've pinpointed areas in this transfer window where they need to strengthen. And I mean, Mark alluded to it there, something that happened last season when they had all of these injuries. And maybe they thought when Saka was injured, yes, they had Ethan Nwaneri, but he was just coming into the team. Did they have anyone else who could go into that position who had Premier League experience previously and who could keep Arsenal at relatively a good level as maybe Saka was keeping him at? But now that they're looking at all of these other players and filling in the number 2 goalkeeper position, they've got their 2 midfielders in Norgard and Martin Zubimendi, following the departures of Jorginho and Thomas Partey. They're starting to look at all of their squad and thinking, right, we've found out where the holes are, let's fill them. And if you look at their squad strength now, Madueke, as Mark said there, can play on both wings. Add that to Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka, Ethan Nwaneri, and you're starting to look at real strength in depth in those positions for Arsenal. Reece Nelson as well, he's still an Arsenal player.
How good of a move, though, is this for Madueke? Is he going to be going from a fringe player at Chelsea to a fringe player at Arsenal? Is he not a starter? Is that what we're saying?
No, I mean, he's going to have to fight for his place. I think Arsenal want to increase competition in every single area of that pitch. And because of his versatility, it won't just be a case of, oh, if Bukayo Saka's injured, then Noni Madueke is going to get a game, because he can play on the left-hand side as well. He's shown he's versatile. And another thing that he's shown is that he always seems to be fit and available for Chelsea. and he's been a regular for them, and he's won trophies with Chelsea as well. So I think I think there was a little bit of pushback on social media, depending on whether that's a good gauge or not, from some Arsenal fans thinking, is this a good signing or not? He's an England international.
What would you say to the Arsenal fans?
Listen, I think Mark said it all there, but the qualities of Noni Madueke, I think it is a good signing, if and when it does happen, and it will increase competition for Arsenal in those forward positions.